Welcome back to Inside Media. We're here with one of the camera operators you saw in the first segment, Claude Garapi. How are you doing today, Claude?
Good, nice to meet you, Jack.
Good. So today we're going to talk about your experience in the industry and some of the things you've done that are special to you and things like that. But we're going to start right now with how did you first get involved with TV?
I'm a little bit out of the ordinary. I was born in this industry with my father and my brother both being in the television industry. Okay. Film prior to that. But really, the first thing I shot that went to air, I was 16 years old. I won't tell you what year that was. And then actually a contract with the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, CBC, when I was 19 years old.
Nice. So, so what do you do now after all that time? What do you find yourself like most attracted to?
Well, now I teach, which I love, but on the not unprofessional but professional basis, I kind of specialized in motorsports over my career. I did a whole bunch of other things, but my specialty and what I really love is motorsports in general.
So how did you come to love shooting motorsports?
I think that's a Quebec thing. I'm a good old French Canadian, and we are really into our motorsports over there. And again, through some family connections, I just always loved motorsports, all kinds of motorsports.
So what kind of motorsport events do you shoot? Like, what are some of the differences between them, like that you can kind of touch on?
Okay, one thing I've done a lot of, and not just shooting, but also directing and producing, is rally.
Okay.
That I have been involved in over 200 rallies over the years.
Wow.
Between the Canadian Rally Championship, the U.S. Rally Championship, some world rally events. I also did a lot of road racing, again, all over the world, NASCAR.
Okay.
And that's all I do right now, actually, is some rallies and NASCAR racing.
So have you had any kind of interesting stories from shooting rally? Because I can imagine that with all the...
Well, first of all, dealing with the weather.
Yeah.
Between rain, snow, sleet, heat, dust, bugs.
Is there such a thing as inclement weather in rally, or is it just rain
no?
or shine?
There's no such thing as stopping a rally because of weather. It goes on no matter what. It's sort of like the post office, you know, neither rain, sleet, snow, and all that.
Yeah.
Then there's the safety aspect and things that have happened over the years where cars have crashed around me.
Yeah.
I have never been hit. I've always been known to be on the edge of knowing where to stand and not get hit. Sometimes something as silly as just putting a tree between myself and the road and the car's hitting the tree, then of course doesn't hit me.
So is there like a moment where you had like a super close shave, or?
Oh yeah, actually one year a car came so close to me that I actually I had the camera and I tilted down with the camera to show how close the tire track was to my leg, and actually I felt the car against my knee.
Oh my goodness.
And another time, the drivers who all knew me, I was at a hairpin turn, and they actually had discussed as to who would come the closest to me while doing the handbrake turn.
Okay.
And two of the individuals, the hood of their cars hit my lens shade on the camera. So, but it was always totally under control. I really, the state of mind that you have to have in a situation like that is, I'm watching television, so nothing can happen to me. Right. Mind you, at the same time, you always think like, I got to be in a safe position. But if you start thinking of like the car coming, you're just not going to do the right job.
Exactly. So, what kind of skills and I guess experience or whatever comes in handy for shooting rally and motorsports events?
Most of it comes with experience, of course. Doing it. Understanding the speed at which the cars come at you. So there's a question of course, trying to make sure you're in focus all the way through the shot. Understanding the physics of what the car will do if something happens. If it hits a rock, which way will the car go? What the car will do, like just the way it takes a line around a corner. Again, understanding the physics, basically, of what happens.
Right. What's the difference? What are some of the differences between shooting, say, a summer or a winter or a fall or a spring rally?
The amount of clothing you have to wear.
Yeah.
No, seriously, in the dead of winter, you're wearing a big snowsuit.
I can imagine.
In the summer, you're in t-shirts and shorts. Rain suit if it's raining, using a lot of bug spray in those particular situations. And also I have all the little bits of equipment that come in very handy for any of these particular situations.
Okay. Is there any type of unique or different equipment that you have to use for shooting rally races, or is it?
No, again, depending on the conditions, you would need the special winter covers or rain covers, dealing with the dust.
Yeah.
As much, if not more, than dealing with water, as in rain. So you got to be very careful. Always have an air blower to blow the dust out of the lens. And really, it's again, experience like the figures that I can't think of anything specific, but yeah, it's having the right piece of equipment for the job. When it comes to the cameras themselves, no, really,
Right.
The proper lens. You know, again, if you're in a situation where the cars will be a certain distance away from you, you want a longer lens. If you know the cars will come very close to you, then you would want a wider lens.
So if you're at like the corner of a turn, then if they're going to come close, you're going to want a shorter lens. But if they're
Depending
looking,
where you're positioned.
right, exactly.
Yeah, but yeah, absolutely. If you know they're going to come real close to you, for example, at the inside of a corner, they're going to get really close to you. You want a wide angle lens.
Right.
If you're down the road a bit and you're zooming in to get the car coming around the corner, then you would use a longer lens.
Okay. So do you have any advice for people looking to shoot this kind of thing? Like, what is if you were telling someone who came up to you and said, I want to shoot rally, I want to shoot motorsports, what would be like the key points of advice you would tell them?
Safety.
Yeah.
Be very careful before you go and put yourself in a situation. A quick example, never, ever, ever position yourself on the outside of a turn.
Right.
Just, again, look at it this way, coming this way, turning. If anything happens, the car will go, so never be in that area.
Right.
Typically, one of the, if not the safest position, is on the inside of a corner. Because, you know, the car would go that way, or before the turn.
Right.
Don't be afraid to ask people who are around that typically, hopefully, would know what's going on to, again, make sure you're in a safe position.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on, Claude, and talking to us.
Thanks for having me.
We just learned about production. Later on, we're going to learn about post-production. Up next, we're going to have On a Budget with Shane Lynch after this break.
Did you know about the Wilhelm scream? It sounds like this, and was first recorded for the 1951 film Distant Drums. It was used in more movies afterwards, and was rediscovered by Ben Burt, who used it for Star Wars in 1977, naming it Wilhelm after one of the original characters that screamed it. Today it's been used as an in-joke for countless movies and television shows. Once you hear it, you can't unhear it.